Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. No, not good evening. I don't know. It's just because I've gotten so used to saying that recently. I don't know why. I don't know if I said it, but anyway, let me try that again. Yeah. Yes. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Hello, and welcome back to another stream here on the channel. Of course, for those who are watching on YouTube, it is Football Fan 148, and for those watching on TikTok, it is WWE Kingdom 120, back again with another stream for you. And today, guys, of course, indeed, I am live for the early game in the Premier League. It is Newcastle United versus my boys, the champions of the world, of course, in the way of club competition, that is. Yeah, indeed, Chelsea FC. Of course, this game, indeed, a big one. Of course, Chelsea can move 5 points clear of course, 5th place Crystal Palace and 6th place Manchester United, indeed, with a victory here today. Of course, Chelsea, they come into this one on the back of, indeed, back-to-back victories, of course, in all competitions, of course, having beaten Everton in the Premier League last week by 2-0. And then, of course, indeed, Chelsea, they then, of course, went on to secure their place in the semi-finals of the Carabao Cup, beating Crystal Palace by 3-1, thanks to 2 goals from Alejandro Garnacho and Pedro Neto, indeed, getting on the score sheet as well. But anyway, so yeah, indeed, of course, it's going to be a very interesting game to watch. That is for sure, ladies and gentlemen. I can't wait for this one, to be honest. Indeed, it's going to be a great, great game. Of course, this one, indeed, really, Newcastle, of course, they haven't exactly been doing well recently. Of course, if we have a look at the Premier League table going into this one, of course, Newcastle currently 12th in the Premier League on 22 points after 16 games. Of course, as for Chelsea, indeed, we're, of course, 4th on 28 points after 16 games, which is actually quite good going for Chelsea. So, yeah, indeed, things going really, really well, of course, for Chelsea there at this point of the season. So, yeah, of course, indeed, we're right up there, of course, in the top 4. Of course, for today's game. And also the best news of all, ladies and gentlemen, indeed, of course, we got Moises Caicedo back in the team, of course, after missing. No, actually, did he play last week? I think he did. I'm not sure if he did or if he didn't. Because I think we had like 3 games before that. Because I think he might be available. Yeah, he's in there. Yeah, so there we go, guys. So, yeah, of course, indeed, we got Caicedo back. But I know he definitely played midweek, that's for sure. I'm not sure, indeed, did he play against Everton? Hang on a minute. 3-match suspension would have been Leeds. It would have been Leeds, that's for sure. Hang on a minute. I just need to confirm one thing. Yeah, I'm just confirming one thing. Hang on. Yeah. 1, 2. Oh, yeah. So it is his first game back today. So he didn't play last week because of suspension. But indeed, he is back for today's game. So, which actually leads me, of course, to the way of the team news, ladies and gentlemen. Of course, for this one. Of course. Indeed, for Newcastle. Actually, before indeed I talk about the team news for Newcastle, indeed, I'm just having a look at their stats, but blimey. Newcastle really had a huge problem. They've had a real defensive drop-off. Just have a listen to this, guys. I mean, indeed, Newcastle's first 7 games compared to their last 9, right? So Newcastle, indeed, in the goals conceded in their first 7 games, they had a 0.71. The last 9 games, indeed, they conceded 1.67 goals. Guys, indeed, the first 7 games, they faced an average of 8.9 shots in their first 7 games. And in their last 9, they faced 11.6. And then, of course, on shots on target faced, of course, they've had average of 3.4 compared to the last 9 games of 4.2. And, of course, errors leading to shots, including goals. First 7 games, average 0.3, compared to the average now of just 1.0. Big chances conceded. Indeed, their first 7 games, indeed, they had an average of 1.1, compared to the last 9 games, which is 2.0. Opponent touches in the Newcastle box, they're an average of 21.3, compared to the average of 26.8 now in their last 9 games. And the high turnovers, they had, of course, a 5.7 average, which is high turnovers against, sorry. And now, because in the last 9 games, have faced an average of 6.7. I mean, Newcastle's defensive frailties, they really become cause for ongoing concern. I mean, they started the season with 5 clean sheets from their opening 7 league games, but they have conceded in each of their subsequent 9 top flight fixtures, shipping 15 goals. Now, they haven't been longer without a clean sheet since a 14-match streak in 2021, the last 3 of which came, indeed, with Howe in charge, apparently. Yeah, but indeed, of course, indeed, you can just understand why, indeed, Newcastle, indeed, have had their frailties. I mean, just have a listen to this, right, in the way of injury problems they've got. I mean, listen to this, indeed. Of course, Tino Livramento and Lewis Hall, they became the latest casualties this week due to injuries. And, of course, they join Sven Botman, Dan Burn, Emil Kraft, Jamal Lascelles, Kieran Trippier, and goalkeeper Nick Pope, indeed, on the sidelines. So I think, indeed, there could be a real problem for Newcastle in the way of defensive issues. And I think if Chelsea indeed pick the right squad, I think we can really create some real problems in that Newcastle team for today. I really do feel that. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, so indeed here indeed is the team news. Of course, indeed Newcastle, they've made 4 changes to the side that indeed beat Fulham in the week. Of course, the German forward Nick Wiltermad, Lewis Hall, Sandro Tonali, and Anthony Gordon. Hang on, I thought Lewis Hall was indeed I thought he was an injury thing. I'm guessing Lewis Hall might have just picked up a knock then. I guess it was just something there. So indeed the German forward Nick Wiltermad, Lewis Hall, Sandro Tonali and Anthony Gordon, they all come into the side following the midweek win over Fulham. Of course, indeed, as for Chelsea, of course, they make 10 changes from the side that, of course, beat Cardiff City at the Cardiff City Stadium on Tuesday. And, of course, the Chelsea star Cole Palmer, he's among 10 players who have been recalled by Enzo Maresca for the trip to St James's Park. Of course, Moises Caicedo, he's the only survivor from the midweek Carabao Cup win against Cardiff. Of course, the other changes indeed see Sanchez, Gusto, Fofana, Chalobah, Cucurella, James, Neto, Palmer, and Garnacho and Pedro all returning to the starting lineup. Of course, there, Enzo Fernandez just still not fit enough, I guess, to be in the starting lineup. For today's game. So yeah, ladies and gentlemen, here's the team. Of course, for Newcastle United, it's a 4-3-3 for them. It's Ramsdale in goal. The back 4 of Miley Lewis, Theo, Scar, and Hall, with Guimaraes, Tonali, and Ramsey in the midfield 3, with Murphy, Wiltermade, and Gordon up front. And on the bench for Newcastle is Joel Linton, Barnes, Elanga, Murphy, Neve, Ruddy, Shaha, Willock, and Wissa. And as for Chelsea, of course, for them, it's a 4-2-3-1 for Chelsea. Sanchez in goal, The back four, Gusto, Fofana, Chalobah and Cucurella, with Reece James and Moises Caicedo, of course, the two playing behind Neto, Palmer and Garnacho in the midfield, with João Pedro up front. And on the bench for Chelsea is Achampong, Adarabayu, Buenate, Fernandez, Guiu, Hato, Jorgensen, Andre Santos, and Badiashile. Of course, the referee indeed for this game is Andy Madley. His assistants, of course, is Adrian Holmes and Craig Taylor, with the fourth official being Thomas Kirk. And on VAR duty for this game is Peter Banks for this game. So indeed, yeah, this is going to be an interesting one, that's for sure, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to be a very interesting fixture, this one. I'm really looking forward to it. I mean, Newcastle versus Chelsea games, they have been really, really interesting, especially within the last few years or so. So, yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how indeed Chelsea get on with it. That is for sure. All right, let me just have a look on TikTok because I'm live on there. Yeah. Yeah, so indeed, of course, I'm just having a look at one thing. I'm not live. I'm not live on Twitch or on TikTok. Is it TikTok I'm on? Is it another one? Yeah, let me have a look at that. Oh, there we go. So I am live for it. I'm live on there. Anyone? Max says, anyone said you look like the Rock? Oh, do I look like the Rock? Seriously? Oh, crazy stuff. But anyway, so yeah, anyway, I'm just going to test something because indeed I've been having a problem with Sky Go recently. So I'm just going to give it a little bit of a test. Just have a listen to indeed what they're saying on Soccer Saturday. Let me just have a look here. I'm just trying something here, guys. Yeah. Oh, blimey. Look at Newcastle's indeed. I'm just having a look at it, guys. I mean, they're now the last 9 home results in all competitions. Indeed, 2-0 win over Nottingham Forest, win over Benfica, Fulham, Spurs, Atletico Bilbao, Man City, Burnley, and Fulham. The only team that indeed they didn't manage a win against was actually against Tottenham in the Premier League. That was a 2-2 draw that day. So, indeed, really, you could say the Newcastle, indeed, coming into this home-wise, their form, really, of course, in the way of home fixtures, you could really say that, indeed, they're coming into this in the right possible way at home, in the way of home results. But, indeed, ladies and gentlemen, here's a stat for you that indeed, of course, Newcastle might be a bit wary about. I've just seen this. And this stat indeed is that Chelsea apparently have won each of their last 8 Premier League games, of course, when it comes to the lunchtime kickoff in the Premier League. Now, only Man City have ever had a longer winning run in this exact slot in this competition. And that's 9 wins in that slot from May 2021 to October 2022. That's indeed's longest slot when it comes to a 12:30. And Chelsea could pretty much equal that today. equal that today. Actually, I wonder if they got any other stats for us to have a look at. Just have a look. No, they haven't got any other stats. Although, indeed, hang on 1 second. I know Google might have some more stats for us regarding this game. So let me have a look. Just see if they have got any, like, proper stats for us. Let's have a look. Because Google just might have some stats for us regarding this game. And you do it before. Oh, here we go. So here we go. Apparently, here's a stat for you, ladies and gentlemen, that I didn't even know about. Apparently, 37 of the 60 Premier League games between Newcastle and Chelsea have been won by the home side. The most home wins of any fixture in Premier League history, apparently. So, yeah, that's one stat that I didn't know about. I did not know about that stat until today. That's one stat I really didn't know of. Here we go. Here we go. So here we go. No, actually, we haven't got any stats here. Actually, let me just see if I can try and find some stats. Yeah, let's just have a look. I just want to have a look, see if we got any, like, stats for this. I'm just trying to have a look at my stats here. Right, here we go. Right, here we go. So here are some stats for you, ladies and gentlemen. Apparently, indeed, of course, for Newcastle, so off with the facts for Newcastle. And the facts here for Newcastle is that Newcastle indeed have won their last 3 Premier League home games against Chelsea, last winning more consecutively against them at St. James 1994 and 1998. Now, apparently, but indeed, of course, here's another stat for you, ladies and gentlemen. Apparently, Chelsea indeed lost 2-0 at Newcastle in their last Premier League home game against them, but haven't failed to score in consecutive league meetings with the Magpies since February 1933. So that apparently is something indeed something to be interested in. That'll be something very interesting. It's a very interesting stat, that. Here's another interesting stat, which is actually more concern, indeed, for Newcastle United. In fact, the last few stats, indeed, I've got here, indeed, may actually be a bit of concern here for Newcastle. I'll read those out in a sec. Indeed, Newcastle, of course, have scored exactly 2 goals in each of their last 5 Premier League home games, and are averaging exactly 2 goals per game under Eddie Howe at St James's Park, which is 158 goals in 79 games. Now, only Kevin Keegan apparently has a higher home goals per game ratio as Newcastle boss, which is 175 goals in 81 games, which is a ratio of 2.16. 2.16. Now, also stat for you is that Chelsea, which is actually the stats for concern now, apparently, ladies and gentlemen. So, ladies and gentlemen, of course, Chelsea apparently have kept 4 clean sheets in the last 5 Premier League matches. Of course, the other one was indeed that 3-1 defeat to Leeds at Ellen Road in the other game. They'd only kept 5 clean sheets in their 38 away games beforehand. So, yeah, not too good there. Those stats. Another way of stats. Now, these are the ones that actually are the ones that look out for if you're a Newcastle fan. Indeed, the ones that are a bit that aren't great to really look at, really. the ones that aren't great to really look at, and those ones are, it's that new bridge, like 12.2 shots per game and 4.31 shots on target per game in the Premier League this season, both their low averages in the single campaign under Eddie Howe so far. Is that apparently, of course, no side have kept more clean sheets than Chelsea in the Premier League this season. Of course, 8 level with Arsenal, with the Blues keeping a shout in 5 of their last 7 games, which is actually a real... that is really interesting to find out. Apparently, Newcastle have conceded in each of their last 9 Premier League games. They've never gone 10 in a row without a clean sheet under Eddie Howe before. Last doing so with a run of 14 against between August and November 2021 under Steve Bruce, which is 8 games. Graham Jones and Eddie Howe both 3 games. 3 games. Of course, apparently also, ladies and gentlemen, here's another stat for you. Oh, now this just makes Pedro Neto even more dangerous in my opinion. Apparently, Neto has been involved in more Premier League goals than any other player this season. Apparently, he's had 5 goals, 3 assists, with 4 of his 5 goals scored coming away from home. Now, indeed, his 5 goals is already his joint most in a single campaign. Now, also 5 in the 2020/21 season. So, indeed, this is going to be interesting to really keep an eye on, ladies and gentlemen. This whole game, indeed, to see what indeed will happen, of course, for this game. It's going to be a great game to watch, that is for sure. This one is going to be really interesting. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, the teams are indeed on their way out, of course, for this Premier League fixture. It's Newcastle United versus Chelsea. Yeah, I feel like we could do with it just a little bit more. Yep. Yeah. Yeah. So here we go. Just a reminder of the team news, ladies and gentlemen. Of course, 4 changes for Newcastle United coming into this. Of course, indeed, those changes see Tonali, Watermaid, Gordon, and Hall indeed coming in, of course, for this game. So for Newcastle, it's Ramsdale on goal. The back 4 of Miley, Scar, Fior, and Hall, with Gomez, Tonali, and Ramsey in the midfield 3, with Gordon, Watermaid, and Murphy up front. And on the bench for Newcastle is Ruddy, John Linton, Wissa Barnes, Elanga, Willock, Murphy, Shahar, and Neve. So an interesting bench for Newcastle. And as for Chelsea, of course, they make 10 changes from the side that indeed beat Cardiff in the League Cup in midweek. Of course, in comes Sanchez, Gusto, Fofana, Chalobah, Cucurella, James, Neto, Palmer, Garnacho, and João Pedro. And Moises Caicedo, the only man, of course, in there that survived the win against Cardiff. So the team news is this. It's Sanchez in goal. The back 4, Cucurella, Chalobah, Fofana and Gusto, with Caicedo and James, the 2 play behind Garnacho, Palmer, and Neto in the midfield, with João Pedro up front. And on the bench for Chelsea for this one, on the bench for Chelsea for this one is Achimpong, Adarabayou, Buenate, Fernandez, Guyu, Hato, Jorgensen, Santos, and Badiashil. And your referee for this one is Andy Madley. His assistants are Andrew Holmes and Craig Taylor. And the fourth official for this one is Thomas Kirk. With the referee, of course, our VAR referee is Peter Banks. What? The hell are you about? What? Didn't do anything there. I don't know why that's happened. What's that? What the hell? I was only doing football? That is ridiculous. That is bloody ridiculous. Yeah. That is ridiculous. How are they on? That is stupid. Just on my TikTok stream, stop, guys, because I'm only doing something to community. That is just stupid. It's just absolutely bloody stupid, that is. That's stupid. Stupid. Yeah, I have. Yeah, oh, hang on a minute. Reece James trying to win that ball there. But I am just. Oh, yeah. It's ridiculous. Yeah. Yeah. It's ridiculous. Oh, go on. Go on, Palmer. Oh, he tries to bend it in there, but indeed, not going there. Yeah. Yes. Yeah, I didn't just. Yes. Yeah. 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 But, yeah. 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 Yeah, indeed. Oh, nicely done there. Farner on. He's just had the ball nicked. Now here come Newcastle. We go ball in. Into there. Oh, great save, Sanchez. And then the ball's tucked in. And Newcastle did score within the first few minutes. So there we go. So Nick Watermaid indeed has just put Newcastle 1-0 up. But hang on a minute. There's an injury there. I'm not sure indeed who it is. But I need to have a look at this on the replay. Is there a foul in the penalty area here? Let's have a look. Indeed, the ball's nicked from Fofana. So look, ball's played wide. And then the ball's stuck in the penalty area. It's done there. But is there a foul from Anthony Gordon? That's the one thing I want to know. But that's a great save indeed from Sanchez under the initial shot. Yeah, it's a great save, but it's just a bit unlucky from Chadova. It just misses. But I'm not sure. Is there a foul in there or not? Yeah, but is there a VAR intervention? That's the one thing I want to know. No, apparently not. So Newcastle United ahead in the first 5 minutes, which really ain't great. 11 points from winning positions. Blimey. That's something I did not know about. Apparently, Newcastle United, they've dropped 11 points from winning positions this season. Only Brentford apparently have dropped more points from winning positions this season. Oh, nicely played. Go on, Neto. Oh, the ball's there. Hang on, the ball's still there. Next shot over the bar from Garnacho. But indeed, that was lovely play there. Indeed, of course, from Pedro Neto and Gusto. I mean, it was lovely, lovely play there from those two. It was beautiful play. It really was. But indeed, the shot could have been a bit better from Gusto, that's for sure. Yeah, I mean, a ball down that side, and it's Murphy. Him. Hang on a minute, another Chelsea player's down. And indeed, this ain't good. Gusto's down, and I don't know why. And God, no! What a save that is from Sanchez, but he's fuming. Chelsea players are absolutely fuming here, and you can understand why. You can understand why, indeed, Chelsea are absolutely furious here. Enzo Maresca, he's questioning it down there. And you can understand why. I mean, Gusto, indeed, he's down. And the referee, indeed, he's just continued playing on. You can clearly see Malo Gusto down there. But you can see him down. I mean, you can see that. Watermaid absolutely... No, not Watermaid. It's Gordon. Indeed, absolutely barges over. And Sanchez indeed has picked up a yellow card for dissent. But you can really understand the frustration there from Chelsea. I mean, you have a Chelsea player down. And the referee indeed does absolutely nothing about it. He can clearly see that the player's down, but does he actually stop the play? No. That's just stupid, if you ask me. Absolutely stupid from the referee. I mean, if you see a player down injured, Indeed, that's the one thing you should do. You should instantly stop the play and check on the player, so you can understand why Sanchez and Chelsea are frustrated there. You really understand that? Yeah. Here we go. Newcastle have a corner though. Tonali indeed going to take it. Here we go. Ball whipped in. And it's gone on the top. It's gone on the top. Yeah. 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 Oh, yeah. Sanchez. Yeah. 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 Yeah, they have been. They're a better team, that's for sure. Yeah. One thing or another. Here we go again. Yeah. 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 We have had a couple of breaks in there. Yeah. 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 One thing or another. Thing or another in this game, guys, really. Yeah, they have. Literally got as long as injury list as my arm at the minute. Yeah. 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 Sanchez there. Then. Yeah. 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 Oh, here we go. We got Chelsea again. We got Nacho. It goes there, but indeed the touch was a little bit too heavy. Yeah. 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 Mm. Mm. Yeah. 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 Yeah, a bit sloppy there indeed. Oh, but Chelsea still keeping the ball. And it's Neto. Oh, it's a shot blocked. Yeah. Oh. Mm. Yeah. 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 This has been an interesting start to this game, ladies and gentlemen. That's for sure. Yeah. 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 Oh, nicely done, Gusto. Indeed, slide in for the tackle, and indeed gives Newcastle a corner. Yeah. 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 Oh, Sanchez absolutely got taken down. Yeah, it's a good finish, but still, indeed, that got one count. Indeed, there was a foul on Sanchez, of course, in there. And indeed, yeah, you can see Sanchez, he catches the ball and then gets totally pushed over there. So you can understand why. Of course, the referee has given the free kick there. Yeah, definitely a free kick. On new ball played there, but Neto indeed with not the greatest of touches there. Yeah. And here we go, ball play there. Here we go. Right there. And Gusto doing well to take the ball down. Yeah. Well, and the ball's taken away again. Yeah, but here we go down there. Murphy again. Money to Guimaraes. Oh, nice play again. Tonali. Trying to do something. Well, it's a corner, but apparently the linesman thinks indeed that the last touch came off Tonali. I'd like to have a look at the replay there. Let's have a look. Oh, it does. Yeah, indeed, the effort, indeed, from Tonali, indeed, it ricochets off Cucurella. And then, of course, it reflects back off Tonali. So you can understand why the linesman's giving it as a corner. No, not a corner, I meant a goal kick. There we go, interesting play, but indeed that ball from Palmer ain't the greatest of balls there. And indeed it's blasted down by the keeper. Oh, an handball decision given against, of course, the goal scorer Walter made. Is it Walter made or is it Volta made? I'm not exactly sure how on earth you pronounce his name there. Oh, Palmer trying to take it past. And Palmer trying to win it back. There, but indeed Chelsea able to win it back. Oh, Reece James giving it away. Well, nicely done there, Chelsea. Keep the ball. Now Neto plays it to João Pedro. Can you do? Or takes the ball away. Oh, and Chelsea win a throw. Yeah. Yeah. Maybe Newcastle do think that. Of course, after losing against Sunderland last week, maybe they feel like Newcastle team feel like they owe their supporters for that. For that, maybe. Oh, it's Voldemar. Oh, the ball almost got there to Gusto for a moment. Foul there by Fofana. Nah, there's no way Gordon could keep this going for 90 minutes. He'll probably get brought off in the second half. Yeah, 20 minutes in. This is crazy. Ethan Gordon. Oh, but he's played it short. Now here's Gordon again. Ball swung in. Oh, and the ball's touched in. And it's Voltamada for a second time. And it's a lovely ball in for Gordon. And Chelsea are 2-0 down within inside the first 20 minutes. And Chelsea are absolutely stunned here. And let's have a look at this goal. Indeed, does he go a little bit early? Let's have a look. Oh, hang on a minute. I think indeed this could be a thing for VAR to look at. Yeah, we'll need the lines for this. I think indeed it's going to be incredibly close. No, I don't. I think he might be off here. I think he might be off. I think he might be off there, guys. I really do. I think his hand might just be off. I think his hand might be off. I'm not sure here. Indeed, this is really, really close, as they're saying. No, the hand. I think it might be the hand of Voltamada's hand. I think Voltamada's hand indeed might have just actually ruled it out. I think indeed this might indeed be a handball here. No, I don't. No. Yeah. Ah! Damn it! Damn it! Come on, Chelsea, we gotta get ourselves together here. For God's sake. Oh, I don't know what on earth's going on here. Yeah, there we go. It's Palmer now takes it down. Oh, that's a poor ball. I don't know what's going on here, ladies and gentlemen. I really don't. I don't know what the hell's going on. This is just absolutely bizarre. Yeah. Oh, so that's why it took so long. Yeah. Good grief, I don't know what on earth's happened. So it's Tuesday, and here we go, Newcastle in again, but the shot's blocked off. What on earth has happened? Gordon again. Denali, the good tackle there. And Gordon indeed winning another free kick. Oh. This has been bizarre. Yeah. 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 There we go. Free kick. Oh, Palmer's nicked it. Palmer's nicked it. Here comes Chelsea. Oh, poor touch again, Neto. Oh, what? Oh, come on. This is just bloody ridiculous. Your Neto, and you can see that. Yeah, it was a little bit high, but yeah, I think maybe a card could be a right goal after all. Yeah. Oh, thing doing. Oh, what a hit! That would have been his same birthday present for Fabian Shaw there. The neat little ball in the box, and he hits it well to Sharp, indeed, of course. Good save there. All the way in there, and the hole. They did the ball brought down, but Indeed, of course, Newcastle's still holding on to it. Yeah. Yeah, we have. We've been absolutely swamped here. I mean, indeed, Newcastle, they've had like 5 efforts on target, and they've, like, all the shots they've had have been on target. I don't know what else going on. Yeah. Yeah. Oh. Yeah. Yeah. It's been ridiculous. I know Reading indeed to concede like 2-0 within like first like half an hour or so, but indeed not a Chelsea one. Never seen a Chelsea do it. Well, unless it's been like a really bad night or something. Oh, Newcastle almost got themselves into trouble there a bit. Okay, stay there now. Yeah, yeah. Make a block there. Ball forward. Oh, nice Palmer. The ball nicked off him. Oh, ball. See there. Now it's got Nacho. What's he going to try and do? Plays it to Palmer. Ball played in and it's caught by the keeper. Yeah. 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 Oh. Oh, there we go. Yeah, Bruno Guimaraes. See there. Yeah. 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 Ball back in, they declared. Yeah. 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 Oh, free kick here. Yeah. 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 Yeah, sorry guys if I'm being a bit quiet. Indeed, just not much happening in the game right now at the moment. Yeah, plus indeed trying to sort out this business on my phone. Yeah, trying to sort out something. Yeah. 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 Yeah, we got a free kick here for Chelsea. Yep. 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 Oh, and Carl Palmer wins a free kick. Yep. 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 But Chelsea have got a free kick. Yeah, we need a goal to get us back in this game. Oh, ball there. It's not cleared. And Chelsea indeed concede a throw. Yeah. 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 Ooh. Yeah. Yeah. Here we go, free kick. And we're taking this. Reece James, or is it going to be Neto? Here we go. Looks like it's going to be Neto to take. Here we go. Ball pinged in. There. All right. Garnacho indeed had a shot that was blocked. And Chelsea peeling around ball there. Oh, hang on. Hang on a minute. There, handball there. Yeah. I didn't get much out of that, I don't think. That's good though. Yep. Yep. Yeah. Yeah. Yep. That's it. Oh. Well then. Yeah. 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 Yeah, let me look at that. Yeah. Oh, nicely taken down by João Pedro. Now Garnacho, what can he do? Hang on with Gusto, Reece James. There. Yeah. 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 Here we go up there. Oh. So indeed there. Chelsea indeed keeping the ball here, Reece James. Well, what can Chelsea do here? I really don't know what Chelsea can do here. Here we go, ball in there. And Neto scored! Hang on a minute, free kick here. Yeah, and Neto indeed has got a great record due to scoring. But indeed, what's that? Let's just have a look here. Is there a foul? Yeah, it hits his hand before it goes in. Yeah. He does switch off just for a second there, Anthony Gordon. You have to admit that. So we don't have to wait. We have to wait pretty much until the 20th. Nicely done. Right, come on, let's go! Oh, lovely ball. Come on, Garnacho, let's do something. Go on. Oh, good ball in, but indeed, fortunately, Newcastle dealing with it. It's out for... No, it's not out yet. I thought indeed it was for a moment, but apparently not. Yeah. We're done. Oh, and hang on a minute. Looks like indeed Chelsea might have a player down here. Palmer's holding his ankle. We know Palmer has indeed had this problem in some injury matches this season. And the ball's gone across now. Indeed, it's with Anthony Gordon. And Waltermother's in again, and he's missed. And Waltermother literally missed an open goal there. Yeah. 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 Yep. See a bit late. Oh, not again. Yeah. Oh. Yeah. Yeah. All right, so we've got 4 minutes until half. Yeah. Yeah, true. Well, they're indeed doing that. Now Sanchez with the ball. See how wide? Oh, that was poor. Oh, and losing it. And Voltamada, and indeed took too long. Yeah. 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 Ooh. Itchy ear there, guys. Snitchy ear. Here we go. Ball swung in and header over the bar. Ugh. Yeah, Newcastle totally outworked Chelsea in this first half. Just something needs to be done. Really, it does. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, bring in some Fernandez on half time. I think indeed if we bring on Fernandez, I think indeed he might be that. I think he might be that thing we're looking for. If we bring off Gusto, I mean, I'm not saying Gusto's had a bad game, but I think if we bring off Gusto at half time, bring on Fernandez, Reece James, he can go into that right back position. And indeed, we'll allow Fernandez indeed to get back with Caicedo. Those two, of course, in the midfield. And also maybe indeed bring off Garnacho. Again, I'm not saying he's had a bad game, but maybe indeed we bring him off and we bring on. Hang on a minute. I'm just having a look who's on the Chelsea bench. Just have a look at the Chelsea bench for a sec. And I think indeed if we bring off Nacho and we bring on Oh, actually, we got no one. Yeah. Now, minute ball there. Out to Neto. Oh, no, not Neto. I meant Garnacho. Garnacho on the run. Oh, and gets the ball nicked off. And literally, that'll be the final action of the first half. Pretty much. Yeah. Yeah, it was. Great defending. And there we go. Half time. And indeed, for Chelsea, indeed, we know we got work to do. Indeed, 2 goals, of course, for Nick Voltermaid. Indeed, has given Newcastle, indeed, a 2-0 lead here. But indeed, Chelsea, they know they've got work to do because they've been totally outclassed in the first half. And indeed, Chelsea, of course, indeed, they thought that the first one, indeed, the first one indeed was a bit unlucky. Of course, Sanchez with a great save. And then, of course, indeed, it being, of course, 2-0, of course, it being 1-0, with Voltermaid tucked that shot away after a great save from Sanchez. Yeah, after a great save from Sanchez. And then, of course, then it was 2-0. Of course, Anthony Gordon, beautiful cross into the box. And beautiful cross into the box. Yeah, it was a beautiful cross. Beautiful cross into the box. And indeed, then Voltermaid, indeed, there, of course, to make it 2. Of course, Chelsea thought they had a way back in the game, but Pedro Neto's goal was ruled out. I'm not sure if it was foul ball, or if it was for, indeed, or if he conceded a free kick. But indeed, that goal was indeed ruled out. Chelsea indeed have been totally outclassed, of course, in this game. They've been totally outclassed in this game, and indeed they know they've got work to do. Indeed, in this second half. And indeed, half time, of course, at Newcastle, it's finished. No, half time at Newcastle. It's Newcastle 2, Chelsea 0. Yeah. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to grab myself a quick break. Yeah, so I'm going to have a quality second half. So yeah, for the second half, of course, indeed, guys, I'm just going to take a little break. But indeed, I'll be back. But indeed, guys, I'll be back in just a little bit. Yeah, just putting a little bit of Christmas music on for you guys. Hey guys, so yeah, I'm back indeed. Of course, time for the second half. This one, which indeed has gotten underway. So yeah, but anyway, of course, has there been any changes at halftime? Let's just have a look. Let's have a look. Chelsea made any changes at half time? I hope they have, because some changes indeed have been needed. Okay, looks like there's been no changes at half time really from Chelsea. Okay, so interesting stuff. But they have just won a free kick though. Dude Palmer's just won a free kick though. Yep. Yeah, this will be a real test for Aaron Ramsdale here. But mind you, indeed, this is the sort of distance that Reece James would fancy from as well. Because, of course, indeed, earlier this year, in an England fixture, Reece James scored from approximately the same sort of range. But there, of course, is Enzo Fernandez. It looks like he's getting ready to make his appearance in this game. Reece James has a goal! Oh, what an effort! What a brilliant free kick from Reece James! I said he would fancy himself from this sort of range. He did the same thing against I think it was Latvia for England, of course, earlier in the year. And indeed, he's done the same thing here. It's a beautiful free kick from Reece James. And Aaron Ramsdale indeed had no chance. And right out of nowhere, Chelsea indeed are back in the game. Newcastle 2, Chelsea 1. Right out of nowhere, Reece James puts Chelsea back into things. What a beautiful free kick that was from Reece James. Beautiful free kick. Yeah, Chelsea would not been in the game at all. But until that moment, indeed, Reece James, it was a beautiful free kick. And indeed, it gets Chelsea way back into this game. And Chelsea, who literally had not tested Ramsdale up until this point, indeed have found themselves a way back into this. That's me. I hate when I get like random sneezes right during a football match. Oh, and here we go. Moises Caicedo plays the ball through to João Pedro. And now he's got Neto. Here's Palmer. Plays the ball in. It's a cross goal. Neto now has a shot and it's blocked. But the first shot really didn't exactly work out for Neto there. And now here comes Newcastle. With Tonali. He played the ball there. Now Murphy plays the ball across. It's deflected off Cucurella. And it's out for a goal kick. Out for a corner, sorry. But hang on a minute. Cucurella indeed. Did the ball hit him in the face there? I think the ball might have hit him in the face. So that's the 10th consecutive time Newcastle conceded in the Premier League, ladies and gentlemen. And that's the longest spell that they've had in the Premier League so far. In the Premier League. And especially the longest they've had under Eddie Howe as well. Jacob Murphy plays it into Gordon. Chalobah. I'm not sure. It's a shoulder to shoulder. It's gone shoulder to shoulder. But indeed there, of course, indeed, the VAR is stuck with the on-field decision as no penalty. But Chalobah, I'm thinking indeed in my mind that it's a pen. I mean, seriously. I mean, he takes the player out, does Chalobah. I mean, Chalobah, he gets so lucky there. I mean, I'm looking at this time and time again, and he constantly takes him out. I mean, it's a blatant shoulder tackle, and he takes him right out, does Chalobah. He is so lucky indeed that is not a spot kick. But indeed, Chelsea have made the change, and indeed the change I thought indeed was going to happen at half-time. Malo Gusto indeed coming off to be replaced by Enzo Fernandez, and the ball's gone over the top, and João Pedro, and indeed the defender got there just in the nick of time, because if he'd got on the end of that ball, I think indeed it might have been 2-2. But indeed, what a change Chelsea have indeed made a hard time. Indeed, they've been much more energetic. Chelsea have since here. And now it's Caicedo. Plays it through to Palmer. What can he do? Palmer plays the ball in. The ball across to Neto. Reece James again, and it's blocked, and it's out for a corner. But this is the Chelsea indeed we could have done with in the first half. This is the Chelsea, indeed, that I prefer to watch. Indeed, the Chelsea that's really creating the chances, more energetic. No, it's Fernandez. Plays the ball in. But it's over the top. No, it goes out for a goal kick. But Chelsea really creating the chances now. They're definitely putting the pressure on Newcastle now. That is for sure. Chelsea, indeed, they can smell blood. They can smell blood, but Chelsea, indeed, now, this is pretty much the best way. I mean, Reece James in that, of course, position, of course, which is his best position, in my opinion. I mean, Chelsea putting him in that right-back position. I mean, he does so well in that right-back position. It's just his best position. I mean, I don't mind if he's stuck in that CDM role from time to time. I don't mind that. But, indeed, I think the right-back position, I think it's just a position we prefer him to be in, and a position that, indeed, is best for him. And, of course, Enzo Fernandez, indeed, in that role. But speaking of Chelsea in there, ball in, and it's cleared away. And Chelsea, indeed, from defensive to attack. Here comes Neto bursting forward. What can he do here? Pedro Neto puts it to Garnacho. Neto, and it's a great save from Ramsdale, but the ball's down with Chelsea still. Garnacho, can he win it back? No, he can't. Lewis Marley, indeed, there. Oh. And now the play continues. Referee continuing the play. Enzo Fernandez, Chelsea really piling on the pressure here. Here's Neto created that chance indeed earlier on. The ball put in was cleared away. Chelsea are really starting to pile on the pressure here. Right, so Newcastle. What? Yeah. Whatever Maresca said at half time, it's clearly working. Oh, hang on a minute. The referee showed a yellow card. Out ends on Maresca. Maresca going in the book. But what a crazy game this has been, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, Chelsea, indeed, had one of the worst first halves I've seen in a long time. And Newcastle had one of the best first halves I've seen in a while. And now, indeed, it's like turned topsy-turvy. Chelsea, indeed, have been piling on the pressure on Newcastle. And indeed, Newcastle, the ones, indeed, are really sitting on the back foot. Really, Chelsea are putting them really under a lot of pressure here. Hang on, good block there. Now Palmer's got on the ball to Kukurea. Indeed, Chelsea could bring it away, but no, indeed, they've lost it. Now it's Murphy. Can he ping the ball in? No, he can't. There's no one there. And indeed, that will go out for a goal kick. But I don't know what on earth Fabian Schär was doing in the penalty area. This wasn't a corner or anything. Really weird. Hang on a minute. It looks like indeed Newcastle preparing some changes. Anthony Gordon and Elanga indeed look like they're both being prepared to come on. Here we go. Chelsea coming away. That's a pretty bad tackle by Fabian Schär. And he gets away a free kick. And I think it might be a yellow card, and it is. Fabian Schär into the book. Let's have a look at this again. Yeah, João Pedro takes the ball away before Schär puts in the tackle. Yeah, so here's a yellow card sort of challenge. Yeah, so indeed, defo yellow card there for Fabian Schär. Or is it Fabian Schär? I have no idea how on earth they say some of these names. I really don't. Oh, there we go. Chelsea dealing with it again. Yeah, this game indeed has changed. Yeah. Oh, and Cole Palmer's indeed looking a little sore. Ooh, yeah, going for that ankle again. Of course, I remember Palmer, indeed, his ankle was a bit sore. But let's have a look at this. I couldn't see that from a proper angle, but doesn't look like Xavier pushing ahead or anything. But this has been a cracker of a game, ladies and gentlemen. This really has. But just a reminder, ladies and gentlemen, of course, we got 22 matches in the FA Cup third round, of course, from the 9th to the 12th of January. And of course, just a reminder, ladies and gentlemen, that indeed there is more Premier League action next weekend. So indeed, I'm going to be live. So I'm going to be live for a Reading game on Boxing Day. And then, of course, I'll be live indeed then the following day on. Who goes in until indeed, of course, indeed doing very well here. All in there. Wait a minute, something in there. Yeah, it has. Crazy, but here we go. Chelsea corner picked in. Way by Worley. And here we go. Chelsea on the defensive work. That's what I was going to say before that ball there. Yeah. 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 Oh. Yeah. Hang on. So the offside flag's up. Offside flag's up. And so indeed when let's have a look here. Yeah, he does get sandwiched a little bit, that's that Voldemada. So look. Yeah, he does get a bit sandwiched in there, I think. It's quite safe to say, yes. Here we go. Ball played downfield. Enzo Fernandez. No, he didn't. There. Here's Enzo Fernandez. Reece James now. Here we go. Ball played in. And it's headed away. Now it's Neto. So apparently, boy, an update indeed is coming on. Oh, what on earth is that? Start Garnacho. So what on earth is boy an update going to be coming on for Palmer? Maybe indeed, Maresca indeed will be keeping his eye on that game against Aston Villa next week. Yeah, indeed, that game against Aston Villa, because the 5:30 next week. Indeed, I'll be live for that. Oh, João Pedro done brilliantly. João Pedro's in. It's 2-2. Newcastle's lead disappears, and João Pedro indeed has made it 2-2 with a lovely finish. Indeed, he takes the ball down to João Pedro. It's a brilliant first touch. And indeed, he takes the ball away from the defender. And it's an ice cool finish past Aaron Ramsdale and the Newcastle goal. But what a beautiful kick this is from Sanchez. Unleashes him there. It's a lovely takedown. And indeed, of course, that Tio, indeed, he slips. Indeed, there, João Pedro, lovely takedown, uses his head very well. And indeed, the composure to take the ball past the keeper. And Tio, indeed, he knows, indeed, he was not getting back for that. And Chelsea, right out of nowhere, indeed, have pulled it back. It's Newcastle 2, Chelsea 2. A beautiful goal from Chelsea. An incredible kick from Sanchez. Unleashes João Pedro. He's made it 2-2. And now, indeed, right out of nowhere, it's anyone's game. What a crazy, crazy game we got on our hands here, ladies and gentlemen. It's absolutely nuts. I was not expecting this sort of game when I woke up this morning. That is for sure. And looks like that changed for Buonanotte. Indeed, because he's coming off. Here we go. Chelsea coming forward again. It's Garnacho indeed fires it over from the angle. But Chelsea indeed now, they know that they have got a chance to win this game. Indeed, we got, 22 minutes left of this game. This is Chelsea's for the taking now, surely. But here we go, indeed. Looks like it's a triple change incoming for Newcastle. Looks like it's going to be Wissa, Gordon. No, it's going to be Wissa, Barnes, and Elanga coming on. Yeah, but this is why, indeed, this guy, this is why we love him. I mean, we may give him criticism from time to time, but indeed, you just seen indeed some of the games that indeed he has given us. I mean, he's given us so many incredible moments. I mean, look what happened, of course, last season. I mean, we were down like 2-0 or 1-0 indeed in the final against Real Betis, of course, in Poland last season, and we came out to win that one. And we came back to win that one by 4-1 and win the Conference League, of course. And also, you look at that. You look at the Club World Cup. Indeed, of course, Maresca and his tactics, he used them. Those tactics, they were spot on. Yeah, it's a freak. Yeah, indeed, of course. Indeed, Maresca done that. So, yeah, Maresca and his tactics, indeed, they've been absolutely superb at times, especially for that PSG victory, of course, for that PSG win, of course, in the Club World Cup final. That was absolutely incredible. But here we go. Newcastle free kick, though. But, indeed, you have to be honest, though. I mean, indeed, the free kick, indeed there. I mean, the Newcastle player, indeed, he just loses his balance. And, indeed, then, of course, Reece James takes the ball fair and square. Indeed, it's not a pen. Yeah, but it's a free kick outside the box. And Caicedo, indeed, has picked up a yellow card, by the way. That's the fourth Chelsea man, indeed, to be booked in this game. But here we go. The free kick, and it's well over the bar. Nothing coming from it. Yeah, if it's a rugby player at Twickenham, indeed they'd be delighted. Yeah, but here we go. Here come the changes for Newcastle, and it'll be Anthony Gordon that indeed is coming off. So Anthony Gordon is coming off. Indeed, he's had an incredible game. And also that Nick Volta made, indeed, the man who scored the 2 Newcastle goals this afternoon. Indeed, he's coming off as well. So Murphy, Gordon, and Voltamad indeed coming off, and Barnes, Wissa, and Elanga coming on. And here we go. Here comes Chelsea again. Oh, same here. Be a great game till 6 o'clock, that's for sure. Okay, the ball's gone downfield. Ball goes out of play. It's a throw in. Yeah, throw. So here we go. Newcastle throw. Oh, hang on a minute. Palmer going down. No free kick given. Listen now. Yeah, and here's Harvey Barnes now on the attack here for Newcastle. Yeah, no penalty given there. Reece James indeed with the challenge there. Let's have a look. Nah, it's nothing. It's a little brush of the arm, but really there's nothing really in that. There's nothing in that. So, yeah. Really doesn't look like there's anything in that. So, yeah, indeed, they totally made the correct decision there. They made the correct call there. Yeah. Oh, apparently, the reason the penalty wasn't given was apparently the contact from Chalobah and Gordon was deemed to be side-by-side action in a shielding action, and the ball was within distance. So that's the reason why the penalty wasn't given. Yeah, indeed. Of course, that moment was a huge turning point in the game. In a moment where Chelsea were indeed 2-1 down at the time. Yeah. What was that? Sanchez? Don't know what the hell that was from Sanchez. Really don't. Yeah. I mean, he totally takes the player out. I mean, yes, it might be shielding action. But, I mean, he totally takes the player out. I mean, if you have something like that, of course, at a World Cup, indeed, then, of course, you might indeed say that's a pen. Yeah, it was the 55th minute of the game. Chelsea indeed pulled it 2-1. Yeah, the Reece James free kick, I mean, that was just absolutely, that was just lovely. I mean, seriously, that free kick was just absolutely incredible. I don't think indeed you get a better goal like that free kick today. I mean, it was a lovely free kick. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, I mean, it's Pedro Neto coming forward. Trying to play it into Garnacho, but indeed that ball just a little bit less power. Oh, Garnacho with a great challenge, and then he wins a free kick and do great work from Garnacho there. And a yellow card indeed for, I think it's for Wissa. So it's a great tackle there. And yeah, Wissa, he just comes back and he looks like he delivers him a WWE worthy clothesline or something. Yeah. Yeah, Tonali places the whistle. The ball's in. Oh, that's a great work from Reece James. That is just that is just incredible. I mean, Reece James, that is just why we absolutely love him. I mean, he uses his speed there. Does Reece James, he comes in from the side. And indeed, of course, indeed, Chelsea. I mean, seriously, this is just why we love him at Chelsea. Reece James, I mean, seriously, Thomas Tuchel, if you are watching this, indeed, seriously, you need to consider him for indeed your next squad, because he is just simply incredible. I mean, getting back and preventing, which could have been a goal-worthy shot from Harvey Barnes. Could potentially have been a goal from Harvey Barnes. If he shot it just a bit earlier, that would have been a goal. But indeed, Reece James just uses his speed. Yeah, he just uses his speed there, does Reece James, to come back in and he makes a goal-worthy tackle, a goal-saving tackle. That is just where you have to give Reece James his flowers. And indeed, of course, Chelsea are making a change now. Of course, Cole Palmer, indeed, he's coming off. Indeed, of course, Chelsea. Indeed, of course, Maresca will be wanting, indeed, keep Palmer injury-free. Of course, he's just come back, indeed, from injury. So this is why, indeed, brings Santos on, because he knows, indeed, that, indeed, the momentum's with Chelsea now. He knows the momentum's with Chelsea, and plus, indeed, he'll be wanting to, of course, use Palmer in that big game against Aston Villa next week. We're out there. Indeed, doing very well there. Fofana playing the ball through. Yeah, nothing there. Indeed, we've got now 10 minutes to go. 10 minutes plus stoppage time to go. But here's Caicedo coming forward now. Caicedo has never all, and it goes just narrowly wide. Well, indeed, that's the one thing that you never do with Moises Caicedo, giving that much space. And indeed, when, of course, he hits an effort like that, we've seen him score some absolute crackers from outside the box. Moises Caicedo, of course, his most recent one being, of course, that incredible effort against Liverpool. So, indeed, exactly. So we know exactly what Moises Caicedo is capable of from outside the box. Oh, but Chelsea indeed winning it back. And here's Garnacho. Oh, and it's a good save from Ramsdale. Garnacho tried to go for the near post. Did Garnacho. And indeed, but Cucurella does very well to indeed avoid giving the foul away. And Garnacho, indeed, he just manages to stay on side. And he tries to go for that near post. It's a good save indeed from Ramsdale. But Chelsea indeed are really putting the pressure on Newcastle now. If a goal indeed is scored within the next 5-6 minutes, and it's Chelsea's, indeed, you cannot say that indeed they didn't deserve it. Ball in, and Cucurella trying to flick it on, but indeed didn't go well. Yep. Hang on a minute, something's going on here. Yellow card for Santos. And I'm guessing that was just for a tangle or something with Elanga, I think. That's probably what it was for. Yeah. 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 Yeah, this game indeed has just been absolutely... It's been phenomenal. Yeah. 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 Yeah, but here we go. Oh, João Pedro indeed turned over. And João Pedro indeed now in the book. Now, Chelsea, just calm things down, will ya? You don't want to get a player sent off. So just, Maresca, tell your players to calm things down, yeah? I'll fight it through. Do the block, send. And indeed, Shea with a shot well over the top. I don't think he knew it at the time. Yeah, but Shea goes back, of course, into his other half. But just a reminder, ladies and gentlemen, of course, indeed, the next 2 games, just a reminder that indeed, of course, I'll be live indeed next week for 2 games. Indeed, of course, the first of the 2, indeed, I'll be live, of course, for the Plymouth versus Reading game. Of course, that indeed game happening on Boxing Day. And then, of course, indeed, I'll be live, of course, for the Premier League game between Chelsea and Aston Villa. Also, that game, of course, happening next week on the 27th. Hang on, ball in. Yeah, it's a beautiful ball over. But here we go. Here comes Chelsea again. So Fernandes. Yeah, I mean, what a chance that was for Harvey Barnes. I mean, even myself, I thought that was in. And but here we go. Here comes Chelsea again. Garnacho in. And it's over the bar again. I mean, look at that. I mean, he absolutely skews it. I mean, Sanchez indeed is beaten. Sanchez is beaten. Yes, Sanchez indeed is beaten. It's a beautiful cross into the box. And Harvey Elliott, I mean, he's absolutely... I mean, indeed, I don't know how on earth he didn't score that. I mean, he must be absolutely stunned. But indeed, there's still time, indeed, for a winner in this game. Of course, indeed, if it finishes 2-2, if it finishes 2-2, indeed, of course, it'll be a fair result. But indeed, of course, Lewis Hall now, indeed, he's in the book for that pull on Pedro Neto. Right. Yeah. 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 Yep. Yeah, we go. Yeah, Garnacho really has been on fire. And here we go. Garnacho trying to play ball in. But indeed it's blocked. Yeah, Lewis Miley for Newcastle. I reckon this sort of game indeed might attract attention elsewhere. If I had to be honest. I mean, Lewis Miley, indeed, who did score that winner, of course, for Newcastle in the Carabao Cup in midweek. And it looks like indeed Newcastle might be making another change. Actually, I wonder if Chelsea are going to be making any more changes before this game starts. They're going to be Cucurella in there, and the shot's blocked himself for a corner. Yeah. Here we go. Reece James with a corner kick. They're throwing it in, but indeed it's caught well by the keeper. Yep. Oh, hang on a minute. Hang on a minute. Cucurella's there. Oh, the shots go wide. Yeah. My God. I mean, it's just a beautiful kick. I mean, I'll just have a look at something. I mean, even I was shocked indeed by that moment, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, Elanga, indeed, he comes back in and the shot indeed goes just wide. I mean, I don't know how on earth that happens. I really don't. Yeah. 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 Yep. 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 So indeed, we're spending 5+ minutes of this game, ladies and gentlemen. We're starting. Yeah. Yeah, indeed, this is going. It's so difficult to choose man of the match. That's for sure. Oh, but hang on a minute. Newcastle do got an effort in there, but Chelsea do get it away. This game has just been absolutely incredible. Yep. Yeah, but how many minutes are we going to get? Okay, we got 5 minutes left of this incredible Premier League game. This game has just absolutely been incredible. I mean, seriously. I mean, just what a game this has been. What an incredible game this has been. Now, can Chelsea indeed find a winner at the end of it? I mean, if we can nick a winner now, indeed, what indeed a statement this would send. We nick a winner now. I mean, this would just send a big statement. And João Pedro indeed keeps the ball. Now it's Neto. Ball played in there. And João Pedro. Oh, it's kept the ball in. Oh, but no, now he hasn't. Yeah. Yeah. But what a game this has been, though. I mean, Newcastle, they played so well in the first half. Then Chelsea, indeed, they played exceptional in the second half. I mean, Maresca, indeed, whatever he said at half-time, indeed, it's like totally got into the heads of the Chelsea players. It's really totally got in the heads of the Chelsea players. And indeed, it's worked in some sense. So, yeah, and now his son, Oz, what's he going to try and do? Yeah. Yeah, Reece James, he's been brilliant, Reece James. I mean, he's just made so many just big interventions in this game. Especially indeed when it came to that tackle from Harvey Barnes. I mean, seriously, stopping that, I mean, it's just absolutely just incredible. Right, here's Pedro Neto. What's he going to do? Ball pinged in and it's... What's his name? Yeah. Yeah. There we go. Ball in and it's dealt with by Chelsea. Indeed, we got like... Ball there. Garnacho. Call there by Miley, and the free kick indeed is taken quickly by Chelsea. Yeah. 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 One. Yeah. Yeah. Here you go. In the final, we're in the final 25 seconds of this game. We're all in there, and now claim it. And yeah, another game of it. But can Chelsea indeed nick it? Can Chelsea nick it late? Here we go, Garnacho. Ball in, headed away. It's still there. Let's still play on. No, delayed. It's delayed. I don't know what's going on now. Hang on a minute, let's have a look at this. Yeah, it's outside the area. Yeah. Yeah. He's close, but I don't think indeed that's a red card sort of thing. No, it'd be harsh. It would be harsh. No, it's not enough there. There's not enough there. Yeah, there's not enough there for the red card. And yeah, there's not enough there. In my opinion, it's not enough indeed for the red card. It's not enough. It's not enough for sure. Yeah. 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 And there we go. Indeed, full-time whistle's gone. And it's a point for Chelsea. Indeed, I would totally take that if I'm a Chelsea fan right now. Indeed, of course, Newcastle, indeed, they'll be shocked that they didn't get anything. more than a point today, but indeed a point is fair enough, really. I mean, a point is fair enough, but indeed Chelsea, of course, they'll know that indeed they were lucky to get a point, especially after what happened in the first half. I mean, Nick Volman indeed gave Newcastle a 2-0 lead inside the first 20 minutes. Indeed, the first goal indeed was a great save from Sanchez. It was a great save from Sanchez for the first one, but then Voltman in the right place at the right time to tuck it home. And then the second one, indeed, a lovely, lovely cross from Anthony Gordon, indeed, to make it 2. But then Chelsea, of course, got back into things 4 minutes in the second half. Reece James with an absolute beauty of a free kick. And then João Pedro, indeed, with a beautiful goal of his own, indeed takes it down very, very well indeed. Nods it down. Indeed, of course, runs away from Frior. And indeed made it 2-2. Of course, both teams came very, very close indeed to winning it. But indeed, of course, all in all, you'd be thinking a point's fair for both sides. A point's fair for both sides. But what an incredible game it has been. Indeed, it's finished here. Of course, at St James's Park. It's finished. Newcastle 2, Chelsea 2. Of course, Chelsea, indeed, they move at 3 points clear of Crystal Palace. Yes, so indeed, of course, the points are shared. Indeed, at St James's Park, it's finished Newcastle 2, Chelsea 2. Woo! I'll tell you something, ladies and gentlemen. Woo! If you wanted a cracker before Christmas, indeed, that game, indeed, I just watched. I mean, that was a Christmas cracker right there. I mean, seriously, what a game that was. I mean, Newcastle indeed going 2-0 up inside like the first 20 minutes. I mean, indeed, the first goal really couldn't have been helped. I mean, Sanchez, he makes a great save, indeed, to deny Anthony Gordon. But that Nick Voltman, of course, indeed, he was there. Of course, really. He was there to tuck it into the back of net, right place at the right time. And the second one, indeed, is a beautiful cross from Anthony Gordon, really. Yeah, it was a great first half indeed it was a great first half from Newcastle, but I think the second half they sort of slacked a little bit. A little bit sloppy in certain places, and they really allowed Chelsea to really come back into the game. And indeed, the free kick, of course, indeed won by Palmer. But indeed, if you want a man that indeed can hit it from that sort of range, indeed it's Reece James. I mean, that free kick in general, I mean, it was absolutely beautiful. I mean, it was absolutely beautiful from Reece James. I mean, seriously. If you want a goal, indeed, for that sort of distance, indeed, just let Reece James take it. I mean, seriously, I've just seen, indeed, the type of goal that he scored today was practically, indeed, the same sort of distance. He scored that incredible free kick, indeed, against Latvia back in March. So, yeah, indeed, it was just an incredible effort, really, from Reece James. It was just a great effort in general. Yeah, it was just a really great effort indeed from Reece James, and yeah, indeed it got Chelsea back into the game. And then of course João Pedro, indeed, with his goal. I mean, that was just a beautiful finish. I mean, indeed I mean, the way he takes it down, he takes it down beautifully. Uses his head to like really take it away from that Theo, whatever he says, however he says his name. He takes it away from him, and indeed, he just. And I think the Newcastle player, that Theo, he just slips as well. I think that definitely helps João Pedro a bit. And then, of course, the finish, indeed, is just a beautiful, beautiful finish past Ramsdale. It's cool as you like, and indeed it's 2-2, and that's really how the game finished, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, indeed, there were some great chances for both teams, indeed, to win it. But really, of course, whether you're a Newcastle fan or a Chelsea fan, I mean, I'm a Chelsea fan, but if you're a Newcastle or a Chelsea fan, I think indeed you'll be saying that, of course, fair is fair, really. Of course, the points fair enough for both sides. I mean, Newcastle, indeed, they could have felt like, indeed, they maybe might have deserved a little bit more out of this game. I mean, Chelsea, they'll probably be feeling the same come the end of it. But indeed, all in all, a point's fair, really. So, yeah. Yeah, so points fair. Yeah, so indeed, of course, this result, ladies and gentlemen, keeps Chelsea fourth in the Premier League table. Of course, indeed. We're still I think we're at least 2 or 3 points off Aston Villa now. Yeah, I think we're at least 2 or 3 points off Aston Villa still. It could be more by the end of this weekend, really. But indeed, of course, we'll have a chance really to shorten the gap on Aston Villa, indeed, when we play them next week. So, yeah, indeed, it'll be interesting to see how we do against Aston Villa. It'll be interesting to see how indeed that goes next week, that's for sure. Yeah, definitely be interesting there. Yeah. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I think indeed I'm going to end things here. Thank you all indeed very much for watching. Of course, indeed, I will be back, of course, for the next game. The next game here on the channel will actually be, I think it'll be in 6 days. Let me have a look. Yeah, it will be in 6 days' time, indeed, for the Plymouth versus Reading game. So that, indeed, will be the next game here on the channel. Of course, the next Chelsea game here on the channel will indeed be the one against Aston Villa. Of course, a 5:30 kickoff next weekend in the Premier League. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, of course, thank you all very much for watching. Of course, if you have enjoyed today's stream, of course, please do make sure, of course, you indeed, of course, subscribe to the channel. And also, guys, please do like the video as well. Yeah, please do give it a like, and also subscribe to the channel, of course, if you did enjoy today's stream. Yeah. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, of course, indeed, I hope you all have a lovely weekend. And of course, I'll see you next time on the channel. Of course, next one will indeed be that game against Plymouth. Of course, Plymouth versus Reading. And then, of course, I'll be live, of course, next Saturday, indeed, for the Chelsea versus Aston Villa game. Of course, that game being a 5:30 kickoff. So, yeah, quite a lot of stuff really going on. Of course, in the way of League One and the Premier League as well. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, so yeah, anyway, of course, I will see you all in the next one. Of course, this is Football Fan 148 signing off after an absolute cracker of a Premier League game at St James's Park. It's finished. Newcastle 2, Chelsea 2. I'll see you all in the next one, ladies and gentlemen. This is Football Fan 148 signing off. I'll see you later, guys.